We're ready to review discs 7, 8, and 9. And really, there's not much to say here. You're staying at 65% of your 1 rep max. The main thing I want you to focus on right now is getting out your game face. You've seen a lot of these exercises. You've worked out the kinks. Everything is coming to you. Now you kind of know where you need to be, where you need to feel it. So this week, third week into this mesocycle 1, and you have 1 after that. But this third week, I want you to focus on doing everything to the max. Give me all your intensity. You know what's coming. And then on top of that, we always will introduce a few new exercises to constantly keep the muscles shocked. So there'll be a few surprises, but the main focus right now is game faces on. Know what you're doing, get what you got, and give me everything. All right, we do have some time now for some questions and answers. I think we have about time for 2 of them. So let's see what we got here. We have Mel Clear, it looks like, wrote the question. Hi, Cathe. Can you please show us a close-up of what our form should be when using the tube as a substitute for pull-ups? Should our hands be level with our shoulders, or should our elbows be at shoulder level with our arms up like goalposts? And should we be changing our hand position at all when you talk about chin-ups versus pull-ups? Thanks for all you do. Okay, Mel Clear, let's get over to the wall and I'll show you a demonstration. All right, we're ready to do our pull downs now. You want to have your tubing fastened into your doorway, and you want to make sure your tubing is challenging. If it's too easy and you're doing so many reps and barely feeling it, you need to increase the tension on your tubing, but not too much, because if it's so restricted that you're barely pulling your arms at all, you're at no better advantage. So find something that allows you to go through full range of motion and complete the reps with a good challenge. All right, take it to the floor now. And what you'll do is, if I'm saying we're going to do pull-ups at the pull-up unit and you're using the tubing, your hands will be in the same position. So for pull-ups, it'll be an overhand grip. You're going to lean back and keep your chest right up and on an angle instead of straight up like this. And you'll be pulling the resistance right toward you. Your arms will be at a goalpost position at the bottom. You can, though, kick them down a little lower and go below that, because you're still getting resistance in this motion. So it's excellent to pull down. Now, as you come down with it, you can actually lift your chest a little higher and get an additional back contraction in the movement. Now, if I were to say chin-ups, you would be doing chin-ups with us, turning the handles toward you and pulling down the same way. So now, instead of the body going up toward a unit, you're pulling the handles down toward you. So you want to, again, open that chest at the base and get a great contraction. Now, for any reason you wanted to do parallel hand grips, you could do that as well with your hands side by side, okay? And pull down like this. Great. Now, the wider the hands are, if you want to pull out a little wider, you can do that for some variations, and you're going to feel the lats really kick in. The closer the hands are together, the more central portion of the back, and the wider the hands are, the more it goes to the upper portions of the back. Okay, so hopefully you found that helpful. I think we have time for one more question. Our next question is from Getting Fit Mom, and it pertains to the back lunges with the paper plates. The question is, Cathe, I'm loving STS, but I'm not loving the exercises with the paper plates. I feel like my form is all wrong, especially the one-leg slide back lunge. I feel like my knee is coming too far over the toes as I lift up from the lunge. I feel I'm concentrating too much on this and not doing the movement right. Side lunges aren't too bad. I feel my form is better. Any suggestions? Thank you, Kay. Well, Kay, let's start right here with our paper plate. And you're going to put it down on the floor, and the main thing you want to do is to know that when you're working on form and technique, you don't want to use any additional weights to assist you, because it's very important that you train correctly without weight before you add the weight in. Okay, so as you go back for the slide back lunge, you want to think of shifting back through the hip as well, as opposed to bending forward at the waist. This is sometimes what people do when they are going downward. They have a tendency to want to look forward at the floor and round and go down like this. Now notice my weight is all over my body and my arms are forward from my shoulders here. So that's putting a lot of strain on the back, and you're not feeling the exercise in the right places. So you want to keep the arms at the side and think of pushing back so that your knee stays over the toe and your arms come down your sides. Notice I'm not tipped forward now. I've corrected myself and I've gone down so that my shoulders are over my hips. And I'm down like this and back up. So you want to do a few tries like that. Now, as far as the back knee, some people are comfortable putting a little bit softer position in the back knee due to lack of flexibility, which is okay. But I like to shoot for a straighter back leg, and I want to really engage the glute at the bottom and pull up to the top, keeping my hips and shoulders in alignment as I go down, never topping over the top of my body like this. So this is incorrect. And this is correct. See the big difference there? And then obviously you would take your dumbbells and assist in the movement going down. That would add intensity to the movement. Now, if you are ready to go to the weights, as you go down, just go down so that the hand weights come to about the knee height and back up. As your range of motion increases and you get stronger with the movement, you might want to start advancing to the position where you put the weights down, come up, pick the weights up. Now here's where you might have noticed that you felt that as you put the weights down, the shoulders rounded and went down, and that's what I reviewed earlier. So that's the key spot where that happens. So keep sliding those weights down along the side of the shins there, put it down without dropping and collapsing the chest. Keep the shoulders up when you do that. And then go down and get them and come back up. Hopefully you found that helpful. Okay, that's a wrap for today's segment of Cathe TV. I look forward to seeing you again next week, and until then, keep shocking it with STS.